Hi guys, so we've just installed our new Premium Press theme and we're in the admin area or we're watching the Getting Started video tutorial. What I'm going to help you do is get set up as quick as possible and take you through some of the options available in the admin area so you'll know where to find certain things. So the first thing we're in is this General Settings tab, which can be found on the left hand menu bar under the General Setup. Now, what we've tried to do with this new responsive theme is segregate all of the general setting options in the one tab, so that you don't have to go looking for certain tabs and certain settings. So what I recommend you do is spend a few moments and go through some of the general setup options, the page button links, mobile settings, submission settings, etc., so that they correspond with what you want on your website and what your business needs are. We have certain options here under the registration, so you can turn on and off your registration. We've got your language options and your advanced search here. So once you've gone through some of these options here, make sure you save the changes by clicking Save Changes at the bottom. Now we have an Overview tab, which is the website overview, and it can be found again at the top of your Theme Options menu. The website overview is a great location to see if there's any problems with your website. And as you can see here, it's found and it's realized we haven't set up a navigation menu. So if we look at our website, we can see there's no navigation menu. We haven't set up any custom registration fields. So if a user tried to register on our website, we can set up certain fields to ask them more information. We haven't set up a welcome email, so we can click the link and go ahead and set up a welcome email. And we've got some things like the payment options need to be set up and additional plugins. If we click on plugins, we can install certain things like your star rating plugin, or if you want to use anything like Shrink the Web or CSV imports, etc. So use the Overview tab at the top left to go through and ensure that all your website is set up correctly. If we go back again to the menu options on the left hand side, I'll just quickly explain what each of them are. We've got this add listing, manage listing and members, and these are linked to the basic WordPress options for adding and managing content. We've got this General Setups tab, which is the first page you would have seen when you first installed this on the website, and here you can set up all of your core website settings. We can modify your registration fields, your language options, and obviously create a new search options for your advanced search. We've got the display setup. This relates to all of your display settings, so for things like your child theme or your website theme, we can adjust the column layouts, turn on and off the responsive designs, and here we can also set up your home page elements, such as if you look at our website now, we have this recently added listings and the directory categories, and here we can see here we've got categories and recent listings. And to add new options, you simply drag across, and if we don't want any option, we simply click on don't want, which is the remove option here. We have a slider, so you can turn on and off the slider, or enter your own custom HTML which accepts shortcodes, which is the perfect way to add your own custom sliders. So if you have your own slider or anything that you want to use on the home page, you simply enter the shortcodes or HTML here, and it'll display on your home page. And we have content layout elements, which I'll explain in another video tutorial, as this is a more advanced feature which helps you customize certain these recent listing box and on your actual listing page itself, so you can customize your tabs and your content display elements. If we click on the email setup, here we can create a new email. So if I create a new email quickly, don't forget to scroll down for additional options, click on save. And then what we can do is we assign the email to a certain event. So we've got welcome email, new listing email, listing contact form, etc., etc. And if you scroll down, there's a lot more. So we can set up a custom email for each one, and once we've set up the email, we simply assign it to the action that we want it to do. Listing setup. Here we can create custom fields. So when the member tries to submit a listing, so if we click on submit listing, we have packages. So if I just quickly show you create a listing option, we have this website link. So here I can got website link. I can go ahead and create a new one, and this is where I will create all my new fields for my website. And I can use the order by option display order to reorder any of the fields that I want. So as I showed you a moment ago, we have under the submission options, we have two different types of setups. We have listing packages and membership packages. Now a listing package is where the user pays per listing, and a membership package is where the user joins as a member to your website, and for each membership package you can create different options, such as they can submit 10 listings or 20 listings for one price. So generally speaking, your listing packages will be a bit cheaper than your memberships because they're per listing, whereas the membership could be multiple listings. So in the admin area, we can go ahead and customize these, delete them, add new ones. You can have as many as you like, there's no limit. And what you'll notice under the listing package elements on the right hand side is this listing enhancement. And what this does, it lets you charge additional fees for additional services. So if I click on create a new listing, for example, you can see here that the current price for this listing is $10, but if I wanted to go onto the home page, so if I wanted my listing to be exposed on the home page, I can pay an extra $10, and then obviously my listing will then be flagged with a home page element, so that when I set up home page objects, they can be displayed there. So we have different elements such as highlighted listing for an extra 15, HTML listing content for an extra 10. So if I watch this description box, as soon as I click on the HTML option, I can start entering HTML. And we have visitor counters, etc. Now the prices here can all be customized, and if I don't want any of the field elements, so for example I don't want front page exposure because it's not related to my website, I don't want highlighted listings, I don't want top results, I just put a value of 0, save the changes, refresh, and as you can see now that they've disappeared. And then the membership packages, it's a similar story. We can add new memberships or edit any of the existing ones. And here I can add the title, caption, my main description for the membership, the price, and I can set how many days the membership lasts for, and obviously how many free submissions they get. So that way then the user can submit as many listings as they want within that expiry period. Now one good option about membership packages also is we have a shortcode element, so you can display content based on membership packages. So if you're running a members website only rather than a listing website, you can use the membership packages to hide content or display certain content only for different members. So if you're having download links for say membership package 2, you could use the option here, membership package 2, and then anything you put in between those options there will be displayed only for those that have subscribed to a membership package 2. So that's just another option available in the membership packages, and I'll cover those again in a different video tutorial. Now again on the left hand side we have color options, which is the coloring module. Now we have kind of three different elements here. We've got the very basic, where you can just click on it, and if you go out to your website and click refresh, you can see now I've got this orange. If I click on the blue button, go back to my website, it's now blue, and obviously it goes for each of the colors we've got here. We've got green. Now what that'll do is it'll preset some of these styling options here for you. If I wanted to go ahead and change certain elements manually, for example the website background or the header, let's have the header, it's the most obvious, I'll change that to blue. I would then click on generate styles and then save the changes. If I go back to my website, see we have the same color options we had as green, but now we have a blue title. And we have the element there on the more advanced option where you can manually add the code here yourself, so you could manually set the code here. So for example the header is here, header color here is background is blue, I could just change this to red, and I just save changes, refresh the website, and now we have it red. So what we've tried to do is create three elements, one for those that are less familiar with CSS and HTML, one for those that want to kind of meddle a little bit and play with the website, and more for the advanced user that lets them customize it directly. And you can also use the show theme style options to have a quick browse of what styles are added to the actual core theme, and that way you can copy and paste some of the elements into the box below and modify them that way. There is a custom meta box here as well, which is a bit more for those advanced users. If you have anything that you want to add to your header elements, you can put it there, and also the footer. So if you're adding certain styling options or JavaScript, etc., you could put the actual full code in there. If you're going to put any hidden code, analytics code, tracking code, etc. You could put it in the bottom here, and it goes again with the head option as well. So that's the quick and easy to use coloring styles for this theme. The left hand side toolbox, this is another very useful option. We have bulk import for categories. We found this very useful, so you can import new categories. So we can just go test, space, a new line, test 2, test 3, and if I click on start import, it will create the new categories. I can verify the new categories under the listing manager categories, and if I just click on parent, scroll down, as you can see, they are there at the bottom. Test 1, 2, and 3. What you'll notice with WordPress, if you've just installed it, on the home page, some of the options, so the menu options, category options here weren't displaying, and that's to do with the WordPress cache. To get them to display, simply edit any of the existing categories and click on update. Whilst I'm here, I can show you, for example, these categories, they haven't got any icons applied to them. To get an icon, you can simply modify the display setup for the home page. Under the categories setup, we can display the image, choose categories, we can set our own ones, we can click on save change, we can go back to the listing categories option, and now we can just simply set an icon for each. So I'll have this icon, click on update, go back to my website, and as you can see, there's an icon now for this certain category. So again, on the left hand side toolbox, we've got the bulk import option, which I've just shown you, and some of the options here which will recommend plugins for you. And also, if you've just installed the website, you've played with it for a few hours, and now you want to start nice and clean, we've got options here to reset the entire website or reset certain elements. So I can remove all my categories. So I can delete all the categories. Yep, I'm sure I'm going to do that. It says categories have been deleted successfully. Go into my main website, I can see all my categories have gone. So then I can go back in the admin area, under the toolbox again, bulk import, and I can start setting up new categories. So I'm going to go test 1, test 2, test 3, and click on start import. I can then go to my listing manager and assign the new categories, 1, 2, 3, click on update, back to the website again, and as you can see now I've got my new categories. I can then go to my categories to confirm that they're there, click on edit, and add an icon. And as you can see now, I've set up a couple of categories and I've got an icon. So that's just some of the useful tools on the toolbox, which really helps you kind of remove content from your website whilst you're testing it, and then start over again when you're ready. Okay, on the menu element again, we've got advertising. And this is where we can set up your advertising elements to generate some revenue. You've got your actions again here. We've tried to make it quite simple. You've got footers, you've got your menu wrapper top, which is this kind of centralized element here which spans across the whole central content of the page. You've got your middle columns, which is just spans across this main central column. You've got this middle column at the bottom, which is obviously the bottom of your main central column. And obviously you've got your footer ones as well. So just different areas for you to add banners. If you just turn off some of the different elements in the theme, for example, if I turn off all of this custom menu completely, so I'm removing all of this element here, and go back to my advertising, you see now I have a header. So I can add a header banner here as well. So they're just different elements available within the theme to help you customize and monetize your website. Now, Order Manager. The Order Manager helps you see some of the new options that have been added to your website and those that have been paid for. At the moment we have a payment as standard for PayPal. So you would enter your PayPal details here and your currency options here. And new gateways, etc. can be downloaded at any time from the premiumpress.com forum. So you would simply enter your details, click on Save Changes, and then when the user comes to purchase, they'll show up here. So if I just, for example, test at PayPal.com, USD. Okay, we have recurring payments as well with PayPal. So if you want to charge a subscription, you can do. So for example, as a user, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my listing to a HTML description. I'm going to make this HTML. Scroll down, I'm going to click on my location anywhere on the map. Let's have a look. Let's select our location in England. So we're in Scarborough. There we go. There we go, save a listing. And now what happens is it says the listing is awaiting our payment, so we're going to be able to pay it. We click on make payment. We normally click on pay now. As if we're an admin, we've got this admin test callback, so we can click on the test callback option. And so we can see that it says thank you for your order, so the order's been paid. So I can go into the admin area under order manager. As you can see now, I've got this new order that's been paid, $10 for this new test listing. So that's just a very quick overview of how the order system works. If I view the listing itself at the bottom, another great feature we have here is this renewal listing. So the user can renew the listing at any time for the same amount they've currently paid for this listing. And last but not least, we have this support center option here, which when you click it, it'll go to our main website and help you with some of the support options for the theme. So that's just a general overview of some of the options available in the new Premium Press theme.